Thank you, Jeanette, of this wonderful initiative. My friend Dennis Waweru and my friend Jeanette Mohammed, and the leadership from Parliament and the coordinators. I think today we have reached a very decisive moment when we can assure the whole country that we got the wherewithal to move to the next stage of presenting these signatures to the IEBC. Now, I just want to say two things about this process. There are some people out there who are confusing the public without making a proper distinction between what is a parliamentary process and what is a popular initiative. The popular initiative does not speak to who undertakes the initiative. It speaks to the process. And the process through the popular initiative is that it starts with the people and ends with the people. You collect signatures in the popular initiative. In fact, this one, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, you have done better than what the Constitution requires. The Constitution requires presentation of 1 million, not less than 1 million signatures. But in this process, before the presentation of those 1 million signatures, for 2 years, you took an initiative with a team that you appointed that went all over the country to take views from the people of Kenya, and then it was followed by a validation process. I was looking back and looking at the people who have presented views to the steering committee and during the validation process. A lot of the people who are speaking against the bill today, you will find their names as having presented their views during that process. And today they are turning around to say that, their views were not taken into consideration. The churches, civil society, individual members of parliament and groups, if you look at the list of contributions from those who gave their views, this initiative has been the most, inclusive and people-driven than any other process that I can imagine. Now, these people who are making noise, they are like somebody to write a book. They can never write a book. They wait for you to write a book, and then begin to criticize. You design a house. When the house is up, they begin to criticize. Now, the last time I heard these critics talk was about the current Constitution of Kenya 2010. They said that this Constitution, there are some areas they did not agree with. Now, I was wondering that from the year 2013, they would have taken an initiative to correct what they had said in 2013 that was not proper or they did not agree with. But they've been silent and quiet for 7 years. And now that this initiative has been brought forth, they are beginning to say that there's something wrong with it. I want to assure Kenyans that I've gone through this bill with the eye and mind of a constitutional lawyer. And I am happy with the result. I'm very happy with the result. One of the things they've been criticizing is about the ombudsman, that the ombudsman is appointed by the president or is appointed by the executive. I think they should read the structure of the Constitution, the appointments, the way they are made, and come to the realization that even the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya is appointed by the president after a process. But the ombudsman under this bill operates within the confines of the Judicial Service Commission. So it does not undermine in any shape or form the independence of the judiciary at all. And this bill, I think you need to read it as a whole. Every constitution, you can make a conclusion whether you have a good document by reading it as a whole instead of reading it in pieces, because that way it would not make sense. Now, finally, there are people who have been talking about a multiple choice. A parliamentary bill would not do because the Constitution says you vote on a bill, not on questions. You vote on a bill. So when the referendum comes, we are not going to have a multiple choice. We are going to have a bill, and you are going to vote on the bill. And judging by these numbers, I think that, the end result would show that we will continue to dance reggae for a little longer than they thought. The reggae has not been stopped. And therefore, with those remarks, I thank you, Your Excellency, and I know the nation is waiting. And I want to thank the people from Nyanza also for taking the first place by registering 893,000. I know if you give them time until the morning, in the next 6-7 hours, they would have reached more than 1 million. Bob, thanks. Jacobo, thanks. And that is a good job done. Thank you very much.